Good evening and welcome to Week 7 of Football Friday Night. I'm Dave Siseski alongside, as always, Tony Quach. Dylan Tyson will join us later in the show. Tony, Lima Senior on a 3-game win streak, outscoring their opponents 140-34 in that stretch.
That's right, Dave, but in order for them to make it 4 straight wins, they'll have to do it on the road against Elida Rogers. But Senior High does have a 2-1 record away from Spartan Stadium. Spartans look to build on their 4-2 record tonight as they battle a Rams team that's only won 1 game thus far this season. In the second quarter, Janias Hall breaks out of the pocket. He scrambles right and decides to go the other way. He finally has a man open in the end zone, and it's Xavion Gardner with a touchdown. That's going to put Senior High up 39-0. And the Spartans get it done on defense as well. Tavion Brown leaps up to pick off the pass. Lima Senior with a dominant dub, 58-6.
LCC T-Birds host in Lucas. T-Birds Carson Parker fresh off a 6-touchdown performance against Elmwood, and that included a pick-6 on defense. Third quarter tied at 20 when Parker is going to hand off to his running back, Matthew Quatman, and Quatman runs it in from 5 yards out. LCC back out in front 26-20, but late fourth. On fourth down, 26-27, down by 1. The defense makes a stand. They get the ball right back. T-Birds then driving on 2nd and 20 when Parker eludes the rush and somehow, some way, finds his buddy Billy Burke, and he'll pick up the first down. Way to improvise, LCC. A couple plays later, Parker takes it in on the QB keeper, and LCC wins 34-27 in a nail-biter. Elida in the midst of a tough schedule, hosting 5-1 Defiance. Elida's last 3 opponents combined for a 14-4 record. However, 11-4 against Defiance in their last 15 head-to-head. No score late first quarter. Anthony Wilder takes the carry, and he eludes a couple defenders, and then he's off for the races as Wilder has nothing but end zone ahead, and Defiance goes up 6-0 after the 54-yard strike. Second quarter, same score, and Defiance threatening again from the 8, but the pocket collapses, and big Parker Krim gets the sack. Elida forces the turnover on downs. Late first half, and the home team defense coming up big again with another play. Is Seth Sharp recovers the fumble, and that play would set up this beautiful 17-yard strike from Isaac Earl to Keaton Hockey for the go-ahead score. Elida will go on to win a big game, 19-18, in a huge WBL statement win.
The Bath Wildcats play host to the Celina Bulldogs. The Dogs put their 5-game winning streak on the line as they attempt to stay perfect in league play, and the fireworks were out tonight. On the opening kickoff of the second half, on the return team is Xander Jones, and Jones finds an opening in the Wildcat defense. Is he going to go all the way? Ladies and gentlemen, yes, he will. Jones returns it for an 85-yard touchdown. Celina leads 35-22. Later on in the quarter, Wildcats are in the red zone. Zach Welsh takes it on the quarterback keeper. He would be stopped just short for the TD, but after a quick snap, he finds his way past the goal line. Wildcats now trail 35-29. We're still in the third, but Celina responds right back. Braylon Gaves gets the handoff, and he gets into the end zone. The 26-yard strike pushes Celina's lead to 13. And Gaves isn't done yet. On 4th and goal, the senior tacks on 6 more. Let him know, Gaves. Celina remains at the top of the WBL with a 52-36 dub. Now we turn things over to Dylan Tyson with more action from the WBL.
Thanks, Tony. And yes, Tony, the win for Celina keeps them as the sole undefeated team in WBL play. But there's one league foe the Bulldogs have yet to battle, whose winning ways might just threaten their throne. After an 0-2 start to Wapakoneta's season, they've rattled off 4 straight wins in which they've outscored their opponents 142-19. The Skins looking like a freight train in the WBL, but the Kenton Wildcats looking to derail them. The 2-4 Cats haven't conquered Wapak since 2019, and the Skins aren't going to make it easy tonight. They lead 21-0 at halftime. Kenton with the ball to start the second half, trying to get something going, but it's picked off. Ball winds up in the hands of Wapak Jr. Bryson Pack. He's got room down the sideline and finds the end zone before being dragged down. Redskins extend their shutout lead to 28. Wildcats forced to punt. Wapak with another opportunity, and this time it's Jace Nouse who trots into the end zone, pushing the score to 35-zip. Fourth quarter now. Kenton just trying to get on the board inside the 20. They're shooting for the end zone. Picked off again. Jarrett Mullen, the sophomore. His second interception of the night seals a 35-point shutout for the Redskins. Wapak might just be the hottest team in the WBL. Sticking with Auglaize County, the St. Mary's Rough Riders, another WBL team that's catching fire. They have showed out for wins in their last 2 matchups after losing their first 4. Looking to keep their streak alive tonight against a winless Shawnee, but after a stop by the Indians defense, they're on the board first. JJ Spiker on the QB keeper. The PAT is no good, though, so it's 6-0. Rough Riders respond immediately, though. Freshman Trey Moore fields the kick at the goal line for St. Mary's, but he's going to follow his blockers for 57 yards to get the Riders into enemy territory, and the offense capitalizes. Colton Mabry plows through on the goal line to put St. Mary's ahead 7-6 in the second quarter. Shawnee trying to field goal on their next possession, but the Riders' special teams is shining. They block the attempt, and Carter Steinberg takes it all the way back inside the Shawnee 10. That sets up junior running back Dominic Osborne, rumbling and stumbling, reaching the ball over the goal line for more St. Mary's points. That Rough Rider special team would set up another score on the finaling drive as St. Mary's keeps rolling, 49-12. And we got one more matchup in the WBL. The Ottawa Glandorf Titans continue their search of win number 1. This one was tied late, but Van Wert pulls out the dub 28-21. And there are your standings for the top 4 teams in the WBL, coming down to the Bulldogs and the Redskins.
Thanks, Dylan. We need to take our first break on Football Friday night. When we return, 4 teams undefeated. NWC play jockey for the top spot in the conference standing. Catch those highlights and more. Welcome back. Entering Week 7, 4 Northwest Conference teams were undefeated in league play. 2 of those 4 teams were the Bluffton Pirates and the Crestview Knights. These 2 programs collide in our Football Friday night Spotlight game.
The Football Friday Night Spotlight game is brought to you by D&D Trucking.
Both the Pirates and the Knights have already exceeded their win total from 2022. Crestview looks to avenge a 17-14 loss to Bluffton from last season, but they have won 8 of the last 10 meetings against their Allen County foe. In the first quarter, Bluffton trying to move the ball forward, but now if Connor Sheets has anything to say about it, this Knight senior is locked on his target, and he puts a stop to the running game as the Pirates turn the ball over. Crestview with the ball now and decide to go with the aerial approach, but this pass would be picked off by Pirate Jr. Brody Anderson. Bluffton regains control. We jump ahead to the second quarter. It's still a scoreless game. Crestview with the ball, but a trio of Pirates stops this guy right in his tracks to force a 4-and-out. Later on in the quarter, Garrett Bogart takes a snap. He launches the ball downfield. It's Braden Jordan hauling it in for the score. Bluffton goes on to win 21-0 for their 7th straight victory. Putnam County foes collide in Leipzig as the Vikings attempt to win their 7th straight game this season. To do this, they have to go through the Columbus Grove Bulldogs, a team that's won 4 of their last 5 contests. In the first, Landon Best on the quarterback keeper. He punches it in for 5 yards, and Grove now leads 7-0. In the same quarter, it's Best once again splitting through the Vikings defense. He takes it through for 10 yards, and the Dogs now lead 14-0. Leipzig would respond back. Ty Lammers fakes the handoff, and it's Quinn Schrader taking off and taking it into the end zone. Vikings get on the board, but Grove would come out on top, 28-14, and snap Leipzig's 6-game winning streak.
Man, some big wins with title implications in that one, Tony. The NWC action continues in this Allen County clash. And how about former champions Allen East still seeking their first conference win this year at 1-5 Mustangs, hoping to get back on course against 2-4 Spencerville. In the third, Allen East's ahead 21-7, and from 5 yards out, quarterback Jackson Thompson keeps it, breaks around the outside, and extends Allen East's lead 28-7. Skipping ahead to the fourth, Mustangs now ahead 35-7. Spencerville just trying to get something going, but Trey Hensley with the INT for Allen East gets the pick on the goal line and turns on the Jets for 40 yards on the return. Very next play for Allen East, their first of the possession. Jack Hole takes the handoff, the remaining 60 yards. Mustangs go up 42-7. They're going to win this one 49-7. And wrapping up the NWC action tonight, Ada gets their first win since week 3 and their first win over the Jeff Cats since 2019 in a 28-zip shutout. Regardless, with the wins for Bluffton and Columbus Grove, they are the only unbeaten teams remaining in the Northwest Conference. Dogs and Pirates going to meet in week 10 for what will likely decide the conference title.
Barrett coming off their second win of the season, taking on a Corey Rawson team still searching for that all-important first victory. Hornets giving up 47 a game. Commodore's offense licking their chops. First half, Hornets defense flashing as Preston Stump goes up and gets the interception. What a play. Offense would then take over. Later in the same possession, Tremel Foster takes it in from 4 yards out. Corey Rawson touchdown. They lead 6-0. Now in the second quarter, Perry's Braylon Ardner runs through the Corey Rawson defenders there for a 41-yard gain. He practically carries him on his back, and the legs kept a-churning. A couple plays later, it's 4th down. Perry, and just 2 yards out from the end zone there, and Ardner finishes the job, gets the touchdown. Perry goes on to win 41-24. More NWCC scores as USV moves to 5-2 with the 81-0 victory over Crestline, and 2 undefeateds no more. As Waynesfield Goshen hands Elgin their first loss with a 57-22 win. WG takes over sole possession of first place. Hardin Northern with the 48-6 victory over Ridgemont, and Ridgedale wins 37-15. We're set for our final break on Football Friday night, but when we return, action from the MAC, including the conference's top team and the Coldwater Cavs hosting the St. John Blue Jays. Catch those highlights and more. Welcome back. St. John's traveling to Cavalier Stadium to take on 6-0 Coldwater tonight, and a matchup that historically has been one-sided, with the Cavs going 12-3 over the past 15 seasons. Now St. John's at 3-3, and their 3 wins averaging 42 points a game, and their 3 losses all shutouts. Cav defense coming in hot as they haven't given up more than 7 points since August 25th. Blue Jays trying to rebound off a 30-0 loss to Anna. First quarter, Cavs up 7-0 and bringing the rush as the Jays trying to punt, but Jack Ebbing with the block. It's going to get picked up by Miles Potcotter. He's going to take it all the way in for the touchdown. What a play. Coldwater goes up 14-0 after that big play. Now, unfortunately tonight, not the night for the Jays offense, as Drew Boggs is going to try to elude the rush, but Coldwater dominate tonight as they swarm him with the tackle. Cavs win 41-7. The trend continues.
And sticking with the action, St. Henry's hosting New Bremen. The Cardinals, the reigning state champs, are just 3-3 on the year with losses to 2 state-ranked foes. As for the Redskins, since shutting out St. Mary's in week 1, they haven't found the win column since. They're trailing 7-6 with under a minute left in the first half, but they put the go-ahead drive together to end the half, capping it off. Sophomore QB Charlie Whirling. Skins pull ahead 13-7 at halftime. Second half, New Bremen looks to respond. Quarterback Keaton Putoff rolling to his right. Looks like he's going to tuck it, but airs it out. And on the receiving end is the senior Trevor Schaefer. Picks up a first down and more for the Cardinals. This drive ends in a field goal, though, and that's all the scoring. That's right, New Bremen falls in a shocker. 10-13 to St. Henry's, excuse me. Let's round out tonight's Midwest athletic coverage. Marion Local's win streak improves to 39 straight dubs with a 49-point shutout over Fort Recovery. And Minster has won their 4th straight matchup, overcoming Parkway 34-8. Finally, Versailles, Ohio's top-ranked team in Division 6, bounces back from last week's heartbreaker with a win over Anna. The Tigers remain among the top 4 teams in the MAC.
Thanks, Dylan. Switching gears to the BVC, Pandora Gilboa welcomes in the Van Buren Black Knights. Matt Hershey's Rockets are riding a 3-game winning streak, while the Black Knights are eyeing just their 3rd league win of the year. In the second half, PG leads 27-7. Corey Gurdon's pass finds Aiden Morris in the end zone. That'll push the Rockets' lead to 27. 2 minutes later, in the third, when Van Buren's defense overpowers the Rockets, the Black Knights rush the QB and the ball comes loose, and James Holman returns it for the score. Van Buren now trails 34-13. But the Rockets won't be denied. Gurdon hands it off to Andrew Miller, and Miller will power through. The junior tacks on 6 more. Pandora Gilboa rose to a 53-13 dub. And here's the rest of the scores from the Blanchard Valley Conference. Liberty Bend shuts out Riverdale 42-0. Macomb dominates against Arlington 49-21 on the road. And finally, Elmwood gets back on track with a 28-14 dub over Arcadia.
Over to the Flag City, the Findlay Trojans take on Anthony Wayne in a Northern Lake League showdown. The Trojans are riding a 5-game winning streak since dropping their first game of the season. Current Ohio State Buckeye Luke Montgomery in town visiting his former team here. First quarter, Findlay up by 7. Luke's younger brother, Ryan, finds Jacob Ragland, and he finds the first down. Findlay would finish the drive in the second quarter. Resume the action. Ryan Montgomery hands it off now to Matthew Guthrie with the Russian TD. It's now 14-0 Trojans, but an 18-0 run by Anthony Wayne puts them on top in the end. 18-14 the final.
To the Green Meadows Conference, Wayne Trace falls to Antwerp 30-21 on the road. Fairview comes away with a 44-35 win against Edgerton. Paulden wins big against Hicksville 48-21, and Tenora edges out Ayersville 14-8. For Lorme wins by 1 score. The Redskins took down Norwalk St. Paul 35-28, and Liberty Center dominated Patrick Henry 62-0.
And that's how we wrap up Week 7 of Football Friday night. What an action-packed week it was. Thank you to everyone that helps us put the show together and gets us on the air.
Yep, thank you to everyone who tuned in tonight. I'll be off this weekend, flying back to California for a little bit to celebrate my girlfriend's birthday. Happy early birthday, Vanessa, and to also see some family as well. But Dylan, you have us covered for tomorrow, right?
That's right, everyone. Hey, we got soccer, we got tennis, we got volleyball, all that, and even some college football action. For now, we'll see you guys next time.
Have a great night, everyone.